Hi, tiny people that live inside of my phone. I'm Fynn. Welcome back. Um, Today I want to talk about the fact that I have been having so many nightmares every time I try to sleep. I don't know why, and I don't understand what most of them mean, and some of them genuinely mess with me. So I'm just gonna talk about that for a minute. To start, I noticed it because I had a really long, super realistic nightmare that after I woke up, I couldn't tell wasn't real. Um, and I'm really bad with dreams and such because usually I can't remember anything about them, but I will try to give a somewhat clear um, explanation. I went to these brick apartments, very similar to ones that were not too far from where I grew up, and was talking to somebody who ended up being a cannibal. They then invited me to join in on that, to which I declined. They then made me leave their home, which was fine. I went home, and then I kept feeling itchy, stomach kept dropping, feeling like I needed to get it out. So then I talked to an officer and the officers uh, went there with me, asked them questions, asked me questions. They came to the conclusion that I was wrong. Um, and then I had to walk home. And on my walk home, I got lost in the woods. And I finally found something that looked like a building. So I went to it, and the door just opened. And it was a narrow hallway. It had an old beat up yellow refrigerator, all one door. And then I heard a car zooming towards me. So I kind of hid for a moment and looked out. And uh, it was Eminem coming to get me. I got in the car, passenger seat, and I somewhat rested. Then I woke up in real life and thought that all of it was real for hours. Just woke up and just for hours just thought all of that happened. And I don't remember a lot of it because I forget dreams really easy. But there was a lot of really in depth, really uncomfortable, really gross stuff. And that happened probably the day after my truck, my brakes messed up and everything. Then, uh, the following sleep, I don't know if it was an actual different day or whatever, I had a dream that didn't feel like a nightmare, where I was in a grocery store and I got into a fight with some random person and we just wrestled instead of throwing any like punches or anything. Like a like Greco-Roman wrestling, like takedowns, all that shit. And then after I beat that person, I then did the same thing with professional wrestler Hangman Adam Page, and then went to wrestle with uh, UFC fighter Islam Makhachev. I don't know what the fuck that means. And then we all got done. Well, no, because I didn't end up wrestling with Makachev. Instead, he got a non-distinct candy bar for but he whatever. And then I woke up, and that dream didn't feel like it was super negative. Then I believe that same day I had a dream that I was shot um, whilst just on a street corner near a gas station that had purple and yellow lights. And I was shot, and it was just right here. And I stood for a moment, shook a bit, and then just no looking down, nothing, just flat. I I woke up and I just wasn't uh, able to do anything about it. I was just in a hospital bed. They told me I was stable, so I just sat there for a while. Um, and then stuff went by, time went by, months, I think. I don't know for sure. Months. I'm gonna say months. It didn't feel like a year. Uh, then I had it revealed to me in a spur of the moment argument that the person who did so looked exactly like me, uh, down to a T. It wasn't like me shooting myself in like a suicidal way. It was like literally another me shooting me. I don't I don't really understand what that means. I don't know what that means. uh, then yesterday, the night before last, not the night I just woke up from, I I had a nightmare uh, that I was diagnosed um, with lung cancer, and it wasn't super in depth. It wasn't crazy detailed. It didn't like last a long. I didn't like experience a big long period of this dream. Uh, I just was told by a doctor that I had lung cancer. Uh, and then I woke up, clenching for breath, trying to breathe correctly, but instead I just sat there and had uh, what I believe to be a panic attack. It could have been just a simple asthma attack. I don't know. I can't really tell the difference because I'm always panicky. I'm always sad. Like I'm always depressed. So when I have an asthma attack, it feels very similar to my panic attacks. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Um, and there's a long line of people in my family with different cancers. Some of the brain, some of the heart, some of the kidneys, some of the lungs, some of the skin, uh, liver, eyes, blood, whatever. So that scared the ever loving shit out of me. And then last night, sleeping went back to normal, I guess. I just kind of blinked. Closed my eyes, laying there in the dark, and then randomly, it's morning. I don't know what any of that. I don't know what any of that equates to. I don't know if any of it has meaning. I don't know if any of it matters or if any of you really care. I don't know. I but I've been having nightmares a lot. Uh and I haven't had nightmares for a long time. Like I've had them every once in a while, I guess. But like I don't usually dream, and I haven't had that be I haven't had that be a problem since I was in the fourth grade, when I was going through a pretty rough time. Not the roughest time of my life, but a fairly rough time. Um, and during that period, they got so bad that I was put on uh, psych meds to keep me normal because my nightmares and my terrors were so bad that they were happening whilst I was conscious. Uh, so I'm very, very worried, very afraid. I'm scared. Uh, and currently, if that were to be the issue again, I wouldn't have a way to fix it because I got those meds for free due to me being a child and having insurance that I no longer have. Uh, so I'm very worried and scared, and I don't know what to do. Uh, if anyone has any experience dissecting dreams, feel free to pick my brain, ask questions, or whatever. Um, Thank you guys once again for your time. Thank you once again for your viewership. Thank you once again for liking and subscribing and everything. Thank you so much. I love you guys.